started in the world of music and entertainment, where a new lawsuit this week alleges Jay-Z and Sean Diddy Combs raped a 13-year-old girl more than 20 years ago after an awards show after party. The suit was filed in New York's Southern District. That's the same jurisdiction currently holding Sean Combs in a federal jail on sex trafficking and racketeering charges until his trial this upcoming spring. As for Jay-Z, whose real name is Sean Carter, he's denied the allegations, calling them idiotic to say the least. He went on to say the plaintiff's attorney, named Tony Busby, tried to blackmail him in a demand letter sent before the suit was actually filed. Busby appeared on this show.
To all the people that believe that he actually did it, some of these occurrences don't seem odd to you.
In October, if y'all would recall, and told us about a number of alleged victims that approached his office. Take a listen to Mr. Busby back then. Are these alleged co-conspirators, are they public figures? Are they well-known people in Hollywood, in the music industry? Are they people who worked for P. Diddy Combs? Could you be specific in that regard?
I would say yes to all the above. Yeah. People
yes to all of the above.
All the above. People that names that you would know. Some people's names you wouldn't know, but are people that are in management or executive positions. People that were benefiting.
In other words, people just coming out of the woodwork. That's a simple, simplistic way to put it. People coming out of the woodwork.
From this culture that was created. People that were there knowing that this was going to happen. People that actually participated.
Now, here's a portion of Jay-Z's statement issued in the aftermath of news of the suit breaking on Sunday. Quote, "These allegations are so heinous in nature that I implore you to file a criminal complaint, not a civil one. Whomever would commit such a crime against a minor should be locked away. Would you not agree? These alleged victims would deserve real justice if that were the case." End quote. In addition to the...
That says a lot to me. That says a whole lot to me. What he's saying is fact. If that act was committed against this 13-year-old girl, which is criminal in nature, then why am I being sued and not actively pursued in a criminal way in criminal court to lock me up? And what's really odd to me is that this suit was amended and refiled. It was filed against P. Diddy. And then later on, all of a sudden, I don't know if this supposed victim, who we all know is anonymous, Jane Doe, Jay and them, like, we don't even know who this person is. Let them come out. Let them reveal themselves. You all of a sudden say, oh, you know what? Jay-Z was there too. I mean, that doesn't sound odd to you guys? Because it damn sure sounds odd to me. It sounds like somebody's trying to basically go after these people for their money, like a shakedown. That's literally what it is. And I know a lot of people are going to disagree with me. I know a lot of people out there are just downright miserable. They think that all rich people are evil. Everybody in the music industry is Illuminati. Everybody in Hollywood is some type of perv. I just don't think that that's just the truth. I do believe that there are some bad people. But just because somebody comes out and accuses someone doesn't mean that they're automatically guilty. Some of y'all got sons that you know have committed crimes. And you out in the street and out in the world saying free them, they not guilty. But somebody can just come out with something on the internet. And then it seems like these lawyers, who we already know are immoral people, who are out for money, they just trying to get paid. They like, man, let's go out and figure out who the internet picks. Just pick a nigga, internet, black people on the internet, because all these people been on the internet, black people, talking about Jay-Z's next. Now we got some crazy white lady talking about Snoop Dogg is next. They just come up with a list, and these lawyers say, well, hell, you know what, let's just amend these filings in court and just start adding the name that the people from the internet pick. And it's just weird to me. It's just very odd to me. And what really fucks with me is that black people just jump on the bandwagon. Like, fuck it. You know what I'm saying? Let's just go ahead and help these people destroy these people, these successful black people. I've said it once, I'll say it again. Black people's favorite pastime is watching and taking part in destroying successful black people. It's true. Look at what's happening. No proof needed. Not even a smidgen of proof needed. And it automatically becomes the truth to all these miserable ass people on the internet. Gossip becomes the truth. This is a sign of the times that we're living in. But guess what? I will not take part in it. Now, at the end of the day, hey, who knows? That's the point. Who knows? We don't know. I tell people all the time, if you know, that means you were there, right? And if you were there, that means you're an accessory to a crime. And maybe we should also be suing you or filing criminal charges against you. But if your ass wasn't there, which we know that 99.9% of people weren't there, then why do you think automatically that this person is guilty? Why does the validity of the charges, why shouldn't it be challenged? Why shouldn't we be objective and say, hey, let's just take a look at the whole thing. Let's let it play out. Let's let the details come out. Oh, man, Jay-Z going down, man. He next. All of them in the Illuminati, all of them perverts, all of them freaks, all of them doing this, doing that. No, I ain't with that shit. I don't support it. You know what I'm saying? And I definitely don't want to see black people falling down. Now, if your ass commit a crime and they can prove that, then, hey, we'll accept that. But other than that, it's innocent until proven guilty, in my humble opinion.
Statement, Jay-Z didn't stop there. On Monday, yesterday, his legal team asked the judge to deny a request for the plaintiff to remain anonymous. Jay-Z's lawyer argued that the accuser's decision to file a lawsuit against his client under the name Jane Doe was, quote, inconsistent with a genuine effort to determine the truth or falsity of these allegations, as opposed to an effort to procure a quick settlement. His attorneys want a dismissal of the suit or disclosure of the plaintiff's identity. Basically, that's it. Ladies and gentlemen, let me say this.
Yeah.
A couple of things. I don't know Sean Diddy Combs. I've met him on a few occasions. I've spoken to him on a few occasions. I don't know whatever truth or falsehood is associated with his name. I haven't cast any guilt or innocence upon Sean Diddy. I simply reported it. Had Ryan Smith, legal analyst, on 1 minute, Eli Honig, CNN analyst, on another, Ellie Honig, a CNN analyst, on another occasion, dissecting and analyzing the case against Sean Diddy. The reason why I broached that was because his homes were raided in both Los Angeles and Miami by Homeland Security. News had been percolated, and it was clearly evident that an indictment would be forthcoming, and that clearly they were going to go after Sean Diddy Combs. That is the United States government. Mr. Busby is not that. He is a lawyer. I am not going to sit here and dismiss or excoriate Mr. Busby or his client, who's anonymous at this particular moment in time, and the allegations that she has leveled against Jay-Z. Here's what I will say. I'm broaching this story right now because we're talking about a friend of mine who is Jay-Z, somebody that I've known now for 25 years. And I'm going to state for the record, not calling anybody any names, not challenging Mr. Busby or the accuser, whomever. I'm telling you, I've known this man for 25 years.
Respect.
And I'm saying, for me, Stephen A. Smith, there is no way in hell I believe this about him. The Jay-Z that I know is the Jay-Z that I've seen around teenagers, and he doesn't even want us playing the kind of music we kind of listen to in hip-hop.
I respect that he has the courage. That's why Stephen A. I've disagreed with Stephen A. in the past about things. I disagree with my mama, who I love more than anybody in this whole world. So I don't expect to agree with anybody if I can't agree with her all the time. So I respect him for having the courage to actually come out and speak on this issue and say, I don't believe it for 1 minute. Because people try to cancel people for saying, man, let's just be objective. Or I don't believe it. And everybody who does believe, oh, we rock with them, we fuck with them. That's right. Egging it on. Like they're in people's mind, they're on the right side. No evidence required. And then let's take a look at the P. Diddy thing before we go further off into the Jay-Z issue with Stephen A. Smith. I believe that Diddy, well, I'm going to say this. I want to let the facts come out. Diddy has had some questionable business practices in the past with many people who have come and said that he hasn't paid people, he's done people wrong. It's just not a coincidence that it's that many people, right? I believe that some of that's true. I believe that some of what he's been charged with, which he's been sued with, probably took place in some shape, form, or fashion. But what I also believe, and I don't believe that he was trafficking people. I mean, the definition of sex trafficking now is so like you can basically slap it on anybody. You could be flying a chick out that you know and be having some type of sexual stuff going on with her, and they can probably slap that tag on you. But how about we hold also to account the grown people, the grown folks who took part in these orgies, in these parties, who were consenting adults who now are suing? Do you believe that everyone for the past 20-something years that have been involved in going to these parties didn't knowingly know what they were getting into? What about all the people who are around him, who are now coming out against him? You mean to tell me you guys didn't have the decency to come out and say something if that's what was actually happening? Do we also hold the people that around him are accountable? Do we also hold the women that were involved in these parties and orgies and drug fest or whatever else they had going on? Do we also hold them accountable for to be women basically who are looking for clout, looking for fame, looking to be with the famous guy, looking for money? Do we also hold them accountable? And this is the hard conversation that most people are too fucking scared to have. And you really have to be a person that's objective, and a person I believe that's fearless and a moral person, or striving to be moral, because they all hold some responsibility in the things that have been going on with P. Diddy the last couple of decades. And it's just odd to me, after he filed this lawsuit against this major liquor company, all of this shit starts coming down the pipeline, right? And all of these people knew what was going on, but now it's just the floodgates open. So everybody needs to be held accountable if that's the case. If that's what really happened. Too many people, they're going after these people. And that's why men, entertainers, black entertainers, famous, rich guys that people don't know, bro, we need to have discipline about how we deal with these women out here. Man, find you a solid woman, bro. Lay it down, stay down, get married if you can, and stay on out the way, bro. Because all of these women, all of these immoral ass people in the world, bro, who just want money, fame, clout, and will sell their fucking soul for that. Bro, we don't need to be around them type of people. Nobody should, but let's listen a little further.
He made us turn it off. That dude who was in concert in 2004 performing alongside R. Kelly, who he grew to dislike a lot, particularly because of the allegations that were leveled against him, who found things like that despicable and abhorrent. Anybody that's been around Jay-Z and knows him has seen him come to the defense of the most helpless amongst us, which are the children. I can't believe for 1 second that he would ever be associated with an allegation like this. And I felt it was important to bring that up because you got people out there. Stephen A., you had something to say about Diddy. Why aren't you going to have something to say about Jay-Z? Well, I don't know Diddy. I've met him a few times, talked to him a few times, absolutely. But I've known Jay-Z for 25 years. I don't believe it. Now, that's as far as I can go because, again, if you can't provide eyewitness evidence to refute the allegations that have been levied against anyone, it's irresponsible to go over the airwaves and go any further than that. It is not irresponsible to point out.
I agree on both sides of it. That's a fact. Just like it's people who say, my stance is this, and let me be clear. Like Kamala Harris says, let me be clear. I just don't know because I haven't listened to any audio. I haven't heard any audio. I haven't seen any video. I don't know a person that knows them, that's been around them. I don't know that person, Jay-Z, P. Diddy, R. Kelly, this person, that person, personally. I've never spent time with them. I don't have a relationship with them as a friend, somebody that they would call a confidant or a partner, so I can't speak on their character, right? I just don't know. So I refuse to say whether they're guilty or not. Now, from the outside looking in, I can say, well, you know what? It just done, from what they're saying, this person is anonymous. She comes back, amends and refiles this case. Maybe something seems a little bit odd about that. And it doesn't seem as believable as it could, seeing the direction that they took it in and how they came back later on down the line and just all of a sudden popped up. So I can say, well, you know, I don't know. It doesn't seem as believable. I'll take that stance. But I'm not going to say that this man is guilty because I'm some person that just hates rich people or think all people that are successful are just terrible human beings. I can't do that. I won't do that. And that's just not the type of person I am. I'm not a person that, I don't get off into the internet gossip. I'm old school. You got to show me, right? I need some proof for me to go out here and be having conversations over the airwaves, you know what I'm saying, about detailed things and saying, hey, man, this is where we seen that. That's what he done. And it's irrefutable evidence. If I ain't got that, man, let this shit play out. Innocent until proven guilty. That's the law in America. Now, in public opinion, it might be different, but I'm taking a stance that it don't sound believable to me. And some of these people in some of these cases, like with P. Diddy, they also need to be held accountable. We know that he hasn't been the best of person with a lot of people, so maybe we can, but we just really don't know. And I know that, and I'm not saying that I'm some religious man. I'm a God-fearing man striving to be the best that I can be. But I know that God hates gossip. And gossip, man, it's tearing people apart. And it becomes the truth on the internet. It didn't used to be like that. But a person will literally, I've had people come to me with a story, some way out shit that they just happened to see scrolling that didn't even go viral. Hey, man, did you hear that so-and-so did this? And you go look into it. There's no other stories about it. It's just some crazy person on the internet came up with it. And it becomes the truth to them. And then they go spread it to other people, and then other people pick it up, and the next thing you know, some falsehood is the truth in people's minds, sadly. That's just crazy to me. Let's go a little further.
Out who a friend of mine is. Somebody that I've come to know and love and don't believe for 1 second would be capable of such a thing. That's not irresponsible. That's love right there. Because of what you know about a person based on your personal interactions with them along with the people that have been around them. I don't believe it. And I tell you what also made me comfortable enough to come on the camera and say this to all of y'all. That quote that Jay-Z gave. Put it up there again, because I want the audience to see it again. I want to read the quote to you, okay? These allegations are so heinous in nature that I implore you to file a criminal complaint, not a civil one. Bam! What he's saying is, let's go. Let's go to court. Who is she? I got children at home. Beyonce's my wife. You think I'm gonna let you talk about me like that when I got to explain to my children, your dad is not a rapist? You think that's a conversation that I want? You think I'm gonna let that slide? That's what Jay-Z is saying. I have not spoken to him since these allegations have come down. Again, I was in Dubai, in Abu Dhabi. Not that the phones don't work there. I just haven't spoken to him about it. But I'm telling you what my personal belief is. Rape? First of all, I wouldn't believe that. Secondly, a 13-year-old? No. And I understand that everybody in this day and age got to be careful about where you go and what. I got that. I understand it. We weren't eyewitnesses. We can't castigate the accuser. We can look at the lawyer as an ambulance chaser because he's pursuing a civil suit which involves money as opposed to a conviction that'll send you to jail.
Let's go ahead and end it right there. And man, this is, man, I got love for Stephen A, man. I really do. I love the brother, man. I really do. And I'm very proud of him for taking his stance, for having the courage to do so. And lastly, before I wrap this up, I want to say this, man. These people are rich and wealthy. They live in fine homes and they drive beautiful cars and they own all type of shit, you know. But at the end of the day, they're still human beings. They're still human beings. They have feelings and they hurt. And the most important part is that they have families. They have wives and they have children that they have to protect. And I respect the fact that Jay-Z is saying, to hell with that. I'm going to fight for my name, for my reputation. And I'm going to stand on business when it comes to protecting me and my family. I don't think that the people out here, these miserable motherfuckers on the internet, and I ain't trying to go in on y'all, a lot of y'all, but it's just terrible. You don't have no connection to this man, his family, his partners, his people. You ain't never been to nothing that they had. You don't have no access, but then you feel like you know the truth. And you go spread misinformation and falsehood instead of letting the facts and the details come out. And you don't understand the effect that it's having on his children, his wife, his mom, his brothers, his reputation, his business dealings. I can't respect no shit like that. I ain't that type of man. I never will be. I don't want to see, if you do fucked up stuff, if you do terrible things and you try to hurt people and you commit heinous acts like what they accuse this man of, and it can be proven that you done it, you should go to jail. And you should you should pay the price in more ways than you going to jail, even with your money. But at the same time, just because somebody in this immoral, crazy world we live in just comes out of the woodworks and start accusing you of something, just put yourself in this man's position. Doesn't mean I'm going to automatically say, well, hey, it's the truth. Let's be careful about what we're saying. I can even be more careful about the things that I say. But at the end of the day, I hope y'all enjoyed the video. I know some of y'all are going to disagree. That's fine. I don't give a damn. I'm standing on mine regardless. I'm always going to be the type of person that says what he believes. You can take it. You can let it alone. It is what it is. Drop your comment, whether you agree or disagree. And like I said, if you saying that you know for sure that he's guilty, that means you must have been there and you're an accessory to a crime. And we need to take a look into you. Hope y'all enjoyed the video. Love y'all. Don't forget to get a family a hug from me. See y'all in the next video. If you want to support the channel, go ahead, like, comment, subscribe, share with other people. Y'all have a great one.